Got a body for a top, baby. Bang. Bang. 10 toes down. I got shows and verses. I'ma bring them to your town. For the right fucking amount. You can hit me right now. Ay, 54 show. And 24 12. I'm a loose screw, I ain't no nail. Walk up in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, listeners around the world, welcome back to the 10 Toes Down podcast. We only have 3 people today. Jonathan selling the bag. But anyways, welcome back,
again,
where we are definitely one of the sports podcasts of all time. Post Thanksgiving, we hope you all had an amazing holiday. Brandon Crone, Nate Harrington, without a camera, Torrin Roth joining you guys today.
What's a camera?
I don't really have any introductory stuff to really. I don't know if anyone has anything else to say. Okay.
I want to apologize again to Nate because
I wish you could see the smile on my face.
This happens every year, at least twice a year. I say one thing, and everything goes wrong. Everything goes wrong.
Sounds.
I was 6-4. I'm now 6-7. 6-7, and I'm gonna miss the playoffs.
Sounds like this dude's crying.
I played Brandon Crone.
He's gimmicking.
I'm projected to lose by 20 points.
Yeah, I don't know if he's.
I'm projected to lose by 20 points. I'm not gonna win.
The problem is with my team is when it takes a shit, it takes
AJ Brown.
shit. But it's also
it's
pretty consistent.
I feel like it's also a thing that I have to point out that I lost in the Turkey Bowl.
Oh, you got belt in the Turkey Bowl.
I did not
Acknowledge your
belt.
MVP.
Nate Harrington, 9 passing touchdowns. John Hassan,
Acknowledge your MVP.
2 receiving touchdowns and a safety
And then
on Torrin. Myself, 3 receiving touchdowns. Torrin Roth, you lost by 23 points.
It happens, you know. John Hassan on some weird freaking play, a strip fumble, and a return it for
Spider
6.
2 wide banana was a trick play designed to pitch it back to John and have him uncork the deep ball. He didn't even let us get downfield and just started running. And
I just wrapped my arms
fumble
around
I was there for the check down.
And had
I was there for the check down if needed.
Yeah, Nate was supposed to. Me, Ianko, and Josh were just supposed to go, and we did. And I turn around mid route. I've gotten to midfield, and he's already running. So,
bro, I'm running for the end zone, and Nate just fucking over my shoulder, just slams his arm down, and the ball just goes right under my rib cage. That shit hurt like a motherfucker.
The problem with
I should have uppercutted it.
With how we saw it throwing in warm-ups, I didn't want to run the play because with the wind and also just John doesn't throw hard.
In the wind.
The ball was just going his ball was curving the entire field with the wind because he didn't put any zip on it. He was throwing lobs. So yeah, the wind.
Torrin's brother got his chain snatched by Brandon Crone.
Oh, that was funny.
A touchdown grab.
They thought he had a pick. And I kind of just yoinked it away, and then there was just open field behind me.
We got a year to think about this, and then we'll come back. It happens.
Was it post-podcast that all the trades happened, or was that, did we discuss that on
No, we talked
the
about
life
it.
of Torrin Roth in 24
we
hours?
talked about it on the pod. I got
hoed. Never mind then.
You got traded, dude. There was a bunch of trades, but in the end of the day, the Blue Hunter Fox.
It was even. It was pretty even until the end.
Infernos on Thanksgiving.
It was tied. It was a tie game at 28-28.
Slide 28-28 at one point. Ended 65-42. Was the final score.
It happens.
They really put Torrin Roth in at quarterback.
Evan did not use Trevor at all. I was very part of it was Trevor not he was kind of how we all were, where we weren't running full routes, but part of it also was
it was slippery too.
Evan was playing a lot of hero ball on certain snaps, especially on 3rd, 4th down. He was trying to.
Why did you guys run the football on the 4th down?
I don't know.
The one where I flipped Evan over. You pitched it. You did a double pitch. You just needed a completion.
Yeah. He was supposed to
You would have had 4 downs to get a touchdown.
I would pitch the ball to him, and then he'd give it right back, and he just starts running.
You guys would have easily.
Well, no, because
if you got the first, you would have easily scored.
Like as soon as you pitched it to him or he pitched or whatever, I just flew up instantly.
I know, but you had like a decent 10 feet in front of him. I had 2 seconds to just open and turn, and he just ran right at you.
Yeah,
I think he got in that head of I got to truck Nate, and then he tried.
Well, it didn't even matter because I just took out his legs, and then there was a turnover on downs. We executed the tush push just for the fun of it.
For over half the field. It was great.
I would have scored, but my hat fell over my eyes, so I genuinely couldn't see. I was wearing a one of those hats with that usually has the little fluffy thing on top, but mine didn't.
A beanie?
And the
I didn't know we were gonna run at first.
Eyes.
I lined up out wide and just ran a short route.
I told John, I was like, John, one of these times we're just gonna run the tush push, and I was like, okay, John, it's time for me to go under center, and he just lined up, and I called it.
I think the thing
I felt one push.
You guys did not utilize the check down well at all. Well, we really utilized
touch passes.
The check down. Yeah, Ianco had 2 yak touchdowns. We really utilized the screen and the check down.
You can't throw the deep ball in that weather as much as I tried. And then the one thing I didn't like, though, that we could do better is we got to have a time on how long the quarterbacks can just stand there. Because there's times I was standing there for what felt like 15 seconds.
It's backyard football. I mean, they didn't sit anyone to count. So if they want to, that's the penalty for you having 5 in coverage against 4 receivers.
And I also think I think too it's in those games you have a good shot with the blitz because everyone's slipping because not everyone's wearing cleats and you're in snow, so it's they're strategic and it's I'm not guaranteed to get away from a blitz.
The ground was just there were times where
I knew people were gonna. Your cleats aren't digging into anything really besides that sheet of. It was like a sheet of snowy ice over the grass, so it was just breaking under you every time. So you're gonna slip because it was slick too because it rained. It rained on it to make it icy.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one got hurt.
I very safely escorted Brett to the ground on that one throw over the middle.
Yeah. I was Tyler.
It could have been a lot worse.
Dude. I was just going down.
I was acting as a slot receiver and just not going.
I really wanted to try and hurdle someone. So badly, but no one really dove at my legs.
If we get a turkey bowl without snow, I think it'll be a lot better. Next year we want to try to get 4 teams and have a turkey tournament, and this you got a
turkey tourney
2, and then those winners play each other. Mm-hmm. The losers can play each other.
If anything, there's a loser bracket, yeah.
And we
what if we did it where
without the turkey trot? So that'll be good.
What if we did the bracket and then we had the losers get a chance to play a team that lost twice, and the losers have a shot at taking on the winners of the whole thing?
That would take a lot of time, and I want to be home for the 1 games. But
I'm just saying that's what they did in the one tournament thing that I did.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but the game also probably started at 8 a.m. We started our game at 12.
Well, yeah,
11:45.
Yeah, we started at 11:45, 11.
With Evan not doing the turkey trot this year, it'll help. But
anyway, today's subject: Bleacher Report came out with an absolutely. This is gonna be a shorter episode probably, but Bleacher Report came out with an absolutely atrocious QB report card thing on their site, and we're just gonna give you guys the real QB grades this week because
that was ass.
Stinks, and it was just terrible.
I haven't even seen it, but I'm assuming
they gave Josh Allen and the same grade as Shedeur Sanders, which was a C, but they gave Mahomes an A. They gave Joe Burrow a B, who's played 3 games.
Can I just interrupt something real quick?
They gave Lamar an F. That was pretty funny. But
I just saw a report saying the Spurs are gonna pursue Giannis.
Oh, good.
It's over.
He's coming to Portland, unfortunately.
He's coming to the Warriors.
Okay.
Oh, whoa! What are both of you talking about? He's obviously going to
He's not going to the Cavs, so you can just shut your mouth right now.
I think he'd go to the Nets or the Suns. That's what I think. Big market.
We need to address LeBron James one of these times on the podcast.
I can't wait to talk about LeBron James. I can't wait
to
talk basketball. I can't wait to talk basketball.
Yeah, I'm gonna save the moment from yesterday's Suns Lakers game until the football season's over. We're gonna talk about LeBron James and why he's a terrible teammate.
Where I'm able to talk about hockey. There will be a time.
Anyway, I'm going to get this tier list up, and we're going to get into giving the QB grades for this entire season. I'm assuming Bleacher Reports was for the entire 2025 year, but I didn't see it specified, so...
I hope it's just by the week.
For their sake, hopefully it was for the week, but we're gonna make it for the year anyway. Because in no way, shape, or form should Josh Allen.
Either way, even for the week, did Joe Burrow really play like a B?
Did Mahomes play like an A?
All right.
No.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
Anyway, we'll give you guys the truth right now coming up. All right, so we're here. We got our cameras on screen. This time, I'm going to see how it's going to look in the editing. But we have the QBs here. I had to add Jackson Dart. This was made in the preseason. I figured I'd keep Russ on. The QBs that aren't here are going to be Shador, Tyler Shuck. They've barely played any games. Brock Purdy's not on here, which I guess he could, but I just put Mac Jones, who should be starting for the San Francisco 49ers. This is organized by division as well, besides Jackson Dart, so I'll just move him here. But we're going to start with
NFC East.
Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love.
Nate's going to be biased here.
This has been an interesting QB on the pod. He's highly discussed.
I think he's been good, but I also think his bad games are really bad. But he's also not really elevated to I don't mind anything crazy outside of this Thanksgiving game.
He's limited the turnovers. Yeah, so he just came off a great Thanksgiving game. And Packers are 8-3-1, I think. So they're picking it up. They're winning. They're definitely winning a lot more games. They've won outside of their really bad ones. They've won out their good ones. So they seem to lose the bad opponents, which not the worst thing in the world.
Where's Max Brosmer on this list?
He's an A++.
I mean, yeah.
He should have his own tier, honestly.
If I could have him, I don't mind putting Jordan Love in the B tier. We give Jordan Love a B for 2025.
Jared Goff. Hello.
I saw a stat yesterday that Jared Goff total EPA when pressured is 29th in the league.
Terrible.
Jared Goff is.
I'm feeling C.
Jared Goff is apparently a
look at my hand,
Ragnow merchant. Because, he's declining. Detroit's declining, and they're going to lose this week.
They just lost Terry Arnold for the season.
I have them winning, but...
is it in Dallas?
It's in Detroit. That's why.
George Pickens is going to fry any corner they put across him, and then there's CeeDee Lamb.
And CeeDee Lamb as a wide receiver duo is nuts. I don't think anyone imagined George Pickens being as good as he has been this year.
Well, it's when you have a QB like Dak, it kind of unlocks your potential as a receiver, as a player.
Potential.
I think you should just watch the highlights of George Pickens.
Dak would elevate any wide receiver in the game to further them. Dak would make Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase better, just because he is that guy. He is him.
I think what's so good about Pickens is he's such a vertical threat down the field, too, that when he runs all of his stuff underneath, the corners have to pay his respect to him running a go ball. So George Pickens underneath has just been feasting.
I don't mind giving Jared Goff a C. I think, that's pretty fair.
I think he's just been all right. The Lions in general,
I would
really
say C or D, but C, because they are really disappointing this year. But, he still hasn't been terrible. JJ McCarthy 9 is obviously
the 9.
The 9. The 9.
People really
could be
they got a little too carried away after 2 quarters of football.
Yeah, the 9 tier could be in play for this tier list. He's been terrible. He's been the worst QB, one of the worst QBs in NFL history. He's just really bad. I don't know, and his problem is he's a very cocky player.
Michigan 2022 was or 23 was a fraud.
I got a question.
Still owns Ohio State, Torrin. I don't know.
I got a question real quick.
Ohio State beat Michigan.
What's your question, Nate?
For the tier list, are we just putting them in the tiers, or are we gonna say we put a guy like Lamar in C with Jared Goff? Would we put him above? Are we gonna do above or below players, or are we just putting them in the same tier?
Just for fun, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, screw
Caleb.
it.
Caleb Williams this season is.
I would say because
if you're gonna put him in A, you got to put him at the very end.
I'll give him a respectful B because he's still.
I was gonna say top of B. I think he's top of.
He's still the most consistent.
I agree with that.
It's like how I feel about Bryce Young, where you could put him in B, but we'll probably end up putting him in C just because he's not super consistent. But when he's good, he's really good.
Yeah, the only thing is consistency and just overall accuracy could be improved from Caleb.
Now,
But otherwise, I like what he's
debate
done.
we always have is he above or below Jordan Love? It'd be a lot better to do this next week after they've played head to head once, to determine that. But I mean, at the moment, Chicago is the 1 seed, so I'm going to give Caleb Williams the edge.
Chicago is the 1 seed. Jordan Love played better this week than Caleb Williams, but Caleb Williams just beat the Eagles, so I got to put Caleb Williams at the top of.
Didn't Green Bay lose to Philly?
Yeah, it was ugly. Yeah. It was a very just defensive, boring.
Wasn't it like a low? Yeah, very low scoring.
All right,
Jalen Hurts. Jalen,
don't let Brandon talk you into this, Nate.
He's still a B grade.
He's still really good. He's still good. I
would have to see mid to low A.
Well, the hard part is I would like to come back to Jalen Hurts because I would have Jalen Hurts anywhere from like bottom A to being the top of the B category just because he has been a little flawed.
I like bottom A.
He's shown some flaws. I'm not completely putting it all on him.
We'll have to see because the A tier, first of all, we don't want to get too crowded. Second of all, I don't know, man. I know I'm the big Jalen Hurts guy, but
then
I feel like his top of.
We'll come back.
I put him in front.
I feel like top of B. I feel like top of B is fine for Jalen Hurts.
We'll come back to it. Jaden Daniels, is
C.
He's a D, man.
I put him in D.
He's been.
I'd say like C to D. Yeah,
he was ass this year.
They're on like a 7-game skid right now.
I haven't seen a lot of Jaden Daniels.
He was ass when he was playing. He missed games on like 2 separate occasions.
And then Dan Quinn being a fucking idiot snaps his arm.
Oh, well, yeah, he shouldn't have been in the game still. But I don't know. Even when he was playing, he just been bad. His sophomore slump in certain places looked worse than C.J. Stroud, but C.J. Stroud had a full season for us to judge, and he had a better team around him. But the entire Washington Commanders team is the most disappointing team in football because when you go from NFC Championship to now 3-9, that's just not. It's really bad.
They just got the Commanders last year remind me a lot of the 2023 Arizona Diamondbacks. A little bit of luck and a good run, and now they're kind of
investigate the 2023 D-backs. Investigate those fuckers, because I don't know.
Ketel Marte with one of the greatest postseasons in baseball history.
You gotta give Dak an A here. You gotta give Dak Prescott.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah. And the best part is he stayed healthy.
Dak's probably been the most consistent guy. He's had like one bad game. It was against Arizona of all teams.
I like me some Dak
at
Prescott.
home in primetime, and they lost.
We got one of the CTE bros up next.
You know what's it called? Dak Prescott. It wasn't Dak Prescott's fault for Carolina, right?
Oh, I don't know. That was a shootout, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I know they lost to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers really just beating anyone this year. That's
the only game on tape I've seen Dak play consistently mid was Arizona.
The Cardinals.
That was a tough game, but
yeah,
I don't know. All right, we got Jackson Dart and Russell Wilson. We'll grade him. Russ is an F. He's not as bad as JJ, but I mean, he was really bad.
Jackson Dart's an interesting one.
So much that
he's been statistically, stat-wise, obviously, he's one of the better rushing quarterbacks in the league at the moment.
He's better than Jared Goff for sure this year.
That's for sure. But I don't think you could. Can you really put Jackson Dart in the B? I feel like he's like top of C.
I just give him a B grade because like the situation he's come into, and even though they're not winning, he's playing great. He's been the best rookie.
No neighbors.
He's been way better.
Scatterboo's hurt. Beat the Eagles. Bro, yeah, okay. I would say bottom.
I put him here.
Would you put him above or?
I'd put him below.
Just put him at the bottom, but keep in mind, this isn't a QB skill tier list. But
if he can limit the amount of times he'd get hurt, or like take those like awful hits, I feel like in like a year or two he could be.
See that hit against the Patriots?
Things that factor into grades here are like
you like jumped at him, bro.
Is context with their performance too, not just their performance at like a face value. Like Jackson Dart for all things considered is definitely B grade. Baker Mayfield is a tricky one because at the start of the season this would have been like one of the top tiers of A. He was in the MVP race, and now Tampa might lose the division to Bryce Young, who is next on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Baker. Listen, there's been a lot of injuries. He still has a lot of,
but
like,
his play hasn't been crazy.
He still has a lot of these game-winning drives to his name and stuff that the season. This would be another one where I'd really want to revisit it at the end based on whether or not they win the division. Right now, I think they're still in first, like half a game.
Yeah.
And this week they have the chance to either take it or lose it. And he's not as bad as Jared Goff this year.
No.
His performance-wise, I mean, he's still a dog.
I feel like you could put him. Could you put him between Caleb and Jordan Love?
I'd put Jordan Love above him. I'd put him like here, probably.
Okay,
I like that.
Give him a B grade. Regardless, the grade is what matters. Bryce Young is a C, but he's probably at the top. Once again, just super inconsistent, and will unfortunately he'll just dig you into a ditch to where you're playing come from behind for the game, kind of like Joe Burrow does a lot more than people want to admit.
Okay.
But he's actually winning said games in a lot of instances against teams he shouldn't be beating. He's beaten the Rams and the Packers this year.
Yeah, and they dominated the Rams.
Yeah,
the Panthers have a winning record in week 14 now?
Yeah, they're going into the bye, I believe, too.
This is something you would not expect out of a team that is led by Bryce Young.
Well, he saved his job, which is pretty cool.
They're
expected to pick up the fifth year.
Yeah, which is nice. Good for Bryce. Get you the top.
I just think something I like about. I think something that I saw a little bit of Bryce Young that I wish he did more is just using his legs, man. He's a sneaky athlete. It's just I get his frame is a bit smaller and you don't want him to take any big hits or anything, but he's a sneaky athletic quarterback, and I just think his legs could benefit him a little bit more than he uses.
Michael Penix is
F.
I was gonna say he's probably F. I don't know if he's
not one good game week 1.
He's not as bad as Russ. He's not as bad as JJ, but he's definitely an F tier QB. Yeah, he really stinks. Atlanta's actually doomed. They're gonna be first overall pick contention next year because they don't have a first rounder this coming draft to make up for anything. So either they, Kirk Cousins, I don't know how backloaded the contract is. I don't know how easy it is to get out of. Hopefully it is in the back half of it just because, he's really old. So maybe they could expect he'd retire just in case, whatever. I don't know. They might be in cap hell. They're in draft capital hell. Thanks for giving the Rams a top 10 pick, by the way. You guys are scum. They're just really bad. If I'm Bijan, I'm requesting a trade out of Atlanta quickly before they waste my prime.
London better get out of there too.
Because, prime for running back isn't very long, and it's pretty early on into the career. So, I'm asking to get up out of there. Spencer Rattler.
Dude, he wasn't playing that. He was a very average quarterback.
He wasn't bad, man.
It's just he's on a bad team.
He's better than Jane Daniels.
I was going to say, I'd put him at the bottom of C. I could give Spencer Rattler a C grade for the season.
I think it was a little dumb that they benched him, but Spencer Rattler I guess you see what you got with Shuck. But
he for everything in there, what people expected of him, he played way above expectations.
He almost beat the Bills, man.
I could give him a C grade for sure. Matt Stafford is probably top of A. He's probably been the
top of A,
the best QB this year.
Yeah,
I'd give him the highest grade. Through those 28 touchdowns without an interception record was cool. Most QBs aren't gonna throw for 28 touchdowns at all this year, including Drake May. For all the pro Drake May people, he probably won't hit that. Or Josh Allen sure as hell won't fucking hit it. But yeah, I don't know. The Rams are going to be a tough team to beat in the playoffs, especially by the AFC team if the Rams make it out of that NFC gauntlet that's about to happen.
Cinema.
And Devontae Adams, low key. I'm so high on Devontae Adams to Matt Stafford connection. He low key in certain aspects he is better than Buka, and I don't know who I'd take overall. Devontae Adams is a top 15 receiver of all time. He's still doing it. He's still doing it. Remember when people were debating Devontae Adams versus D-Hop in 2020? It was actually a serious conversation that people had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it ever was D-Hop at any point, but it's definitely not now because Devontae Adams is still doing it. Devontae Adams is still a wide receiver 1 on most NFL teams.
Yeah.
Which is just ridiculous.
I would love Devontae Adams.
Oh, me too. That'd be awesome. Josh Allen and Devontae Adams would be great. It'd unlock a lot in Josh's game, and it'd unlock a lot, hopefully, in Joe Brady's play calling, which we'd really need right now. Kyler. Okay, when he
I'm
was
looking at a future
Miami we haven't had a lot of Kyler. We haven't had a lot of Kyler this year.
We didn't have a lot. He's like, I think it was like 5. He started 2-0, then started imploding a little, then was getting hurt, then was put on IR. I mean, when he was playing,
for 3-9.
When he was playing, he's really the scapegoat for the Cardinals' problems. When he was playing,
there's a lot of problems with the Cardinals, though.
Yeah, when he was playing, it wasn't amazing, but it also wasn't terrible.
I just think the biggest part is you have the terrible pick that we look back at now in Josh Rosen, and then you go and get Kyler Murray the following year at the 1, and it's like, well, this is my franchise quarterback, and really outside of one playoff run where you didn't make it out of the wild card, Kyler Murray hasn't really lived up to face value of being the first overall pick.
Unfortunately, it's a Cardinals problem though, and more than it is a Kyler problem.
But I mean,
Kyler's been a scapegoat throughout his career ever since that dumbass analyst started the COD narrative. Kyler has been one of the scapegoats and like memes around the NFL for absolutely no reason. And if Minnesota does the right thing and goes after Kyler Murray this offseason, Justin Jefferson will have a career year. I think Kyler's better than any form of Kirk Cousins that Justin Jefferson played with.
I also just feel like we haven't seen a ton of Kyler. But
I mean, I'd put him.
I'm leaning like
D here. Maybe.
I'm leaning top of D. Yeah,
because I mean, you also your availability also has to factor into that.
Samuel Darnold.
I don't think it's any. I think Sam Darnold's been an A-grade quarterback this year.
Yeah, although his play of recently is starting to slide. Starting to slide a little bit.
He's throwing a lot. He's throwing more picks for sure. Seattle is Seattle.
He'd be bottom of
is Seattle in the lead for the division right now?
No,
are they tied? Are they tied? And have the
they lost the head. They lost the first head.
I didn't know if they were tied though. The Rams just dropped the game. The Seattle will probably win the division as we went over on this pod because they have a much easier back half schedule, and the fact they currently have the same record. I mean, the Rams really needed to beat Carolina this week. It's really
that's got to be a gimme.
That they didn't. But for Sam Darnold, I mean, once again, Sam Darnold is one of the apology forms that I have to sign and kind of sign multiple copies of and mail out to certain people because I mean I was very hateful towards Sam Darnold. And I thought that Seattle made a big mistake by trading Geno and adding Sam in his place. So that's one of the takes.
Does Seattle
I had this
play Philly?
That aged horribly.
I think so. Give me a sec.
Because the Rams have lost to
Atlanta.
Okay, Seattle. The Rams have lost to the Eagles. They've lost to the Niners once, and then they just lost to the Panthers.
Yeah, so it's like
so if Seattle could possibly sweep San Fran if they haven't played them yet, because I'm forgetting right now, and then take one from the other game against the Rams. I mean,
I don't know, but I mean Sam Darnold's you got to give him an A grade. I mean,
him and JSN have been nothing but absolutely special, and I think they both benefit off of each other, and it's not like a one-way street either way you look at it.
Absolutely, and the dude,
they've had a great defense too.
I gotta credit the dude that said JSN would be top 5.
Oh my gosh, what a take from the first or second. Yeah, it's the early podcast.
I gotta go give him props because
for real.
Yeah, that was.
He saw the vision.
He did. I'm gonna go back into editing and realize I sound like a zombie right now. I woke up from a 3-hour nap and jumped out to film this pod. Realized I had slept for as long as I did. I had nothing to do today after the gym. And these next couple of days is all exams and homework cramming, so I'm going to be sleep deprived. I wanted to get as much as I could.
All right, McCorkle.
Mac Jones. Brock Purdy's not on here. I don't care.
McCorkle, I think I think it's valid enough for McCorkle to be between Goff and Rattler.
I was gonna say when he was brought into the 49ers system, it was
he did great. Yeah. He did great, but again, kind of like Darnold recently, he started to really kind of fall off a little bit and plateau. But the first couple of games that McCorkle came in kept them where they are in with the contention for the division and for just making the playoffs in general right now. So
think about
you got to give Mac Jones a good job.
It's Mac Jones is coming into this 49ers system, and they're already like middle of the
didn't
pack.
they also bench
outside
him
the
too?
NFC playoff picture. They did they bench
when they played the Jags?
For who?
Didn't Purdy come back? Didn't Purdy get hurt? And then he played the Jags, and then he got hurt again, and McCorkle came back and just ended up being the starter. Because Purdy went on like long-term IR.
Mac Jones was in on multiple different occasions, and you put Mac Jones in.
They beat the Jaguars with Mac Jones.
People are like, oh, the 49ers season is over, essentially, and then Mac Jones actually comes in and plays pretty great and has a winning record and like looks really good and was throwing to plumbers too. Like he was throwing to Jawan Jennings,
Kendrick Bourne,
and Kendrick
he
Bourne.
got 150 out of Kendrick Bourne against the Rams.
And beat them in the Rams' house, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So much for
that was
Rams'
overtime
house,
win,
Rams' house. Yeah, that was a great game. Thursday Night Football. Mac Jones. For context given, I'm putting Mac Jones above Jared Goff. Jared Goff is so disappointing. Jared Goff is so disappointing. But I'll give Mac Jones a C grade. He may get an opportunity to start somewhere. If they don't have a system like San Fran, he's going to be terrible. But
imagine a team like the Minnesota Vikings getting Mac Jones.
That'd be awful. Please, Minnesota, if you can hear me, please give Kyler Murray to Kevin O'Connell. Like I promise you will be back in the playoffs within 2 years. I promise. Lamar Jackson. So, dude, low key.
Not a lot of sample size, but I would say like low key an F.
He's an F or a D, man. Because even when he's playing, he's been ass.
Well, look at everything since the Chiefs game.
Right. He's been
terrible.
They won their first couple coming back when he was coming back. They had started winning with Snoop Huntley. I think they won a game or two.
Beat the Browns. He beat the Browns at home. Like, are we serious right now?
Barely beat Cleveland. Didn't have any touchdowns. Barely
blew
beat
the game
Jets,
to the Bills in week 1.
Didn't have any touchdowns. Lost to the Bengals. Didn't have any touchdowns. Had 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
Blew the
More
game to the
turnovers
Bills.
than touchdowns.
Lost to the Chiefs. I believe started like 1-3, then went down, missed a bunch of time. Yeah, I'll put him at the top, but he's an F this year, man.
Top of that.
That's one of the things Bleacher Report got right. Lamar Jackson is F grade. Remember, dude, he was supposed to be. Lamar was robbed of this MVP last year, and it's like
honestly, I mean, he came out. He started off solid in week 1. I mean, to be honest, I mean, it's crazy. The Bills just had an immaculate win, but like
we broke Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, it went downhill from there.
Lamar Jackson can't beat Josh Allen outside of like one regular season game. He can't beat Josh Allen in any circumstance. It's kind of crazy, and we may or may not see the Ravens in the playoffs this year to double down on that in the potential playoff game. Aaron Rodgers may swipe his chain. Who won't be swiping his chain is Joe Burrow, who once again cannot stay on the field. So far, Joe Burrow in 2025 has more nicknames than games played. That's a funny stat. When he's played...
Who said that?
Me, I did. When he's played, he's...
All right.
Man, I don't even know. He got way overly glazed for a very standard Thanksgiving game.
They threw the ball so much.
I was gonna say, dude, he throws the ball
and
so
Bengals
much.
always do. They always do. That's how they run their offense.
What's not talked about?
There's 40 passes a game at minimum.
There's multiple times in that Thursday night game, where they get a turnover against the Ravens, or they get in the red zone, and they go 4-0, or they just settle with a field goal. They don't capitalize off of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think...
Has he been...
But you got to factor in,
he's been...
He has to hinder his grade for missing most of the season and putting them in a 3-8.
Oh, yeah. I don't see him anywhere. I'm deciding D and F. I mean, it's either a D or an F. There's no...
I wouldn't put him in F. Because when he was playing at the start of the year, they were winning. I think they were 2-0.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing that great in that Jags game that he did get hurt in.
Sure.
They were in a battle with the Jags. I mean, Trevor Lawrence literally just threw the game. They threw the game away. The Jags threw the game away. That was the game where Liam Cohen was at Trevor Lawrence's throat because he was just being an idiot with the football.
I'll put him at the bottom of D.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Joey B. And this was a hot take that I had out so far, especially because at this rate, you're only going to end up playing out, actually being on the field for about half the year's worth of that contract they signed you to. You are not worth the cap hit right now, my boy. Like Cam Newton said about Keon Coleman, you need to start doing your job.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. He went at him. Joe Flacco. I think Joe Flacco could be like he's somewhere in that C tier.
This is an
It's
interesting
not
one.
ridiculous to put him towards the top of C.
This is an interesting one I
believe.
Like, okay, we're now they have him here for Cleveland. This is the only one that you are talking about two teams here because he started for two teams for multiple games.
Like, he started good on Cleveland,
sample size for both.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't winning at all. He wasn't on good teams, but he wasn't winning at all. And in Cleveland, he was really bad. In Cincy, in certain games, he was really good. Towards the end of Cincy, he was also really bad. All context included, and being a journeyman, it's serviceable. You also didn't win. I would say bottom of C. I'm not gonna put him above a guy like Spencer Rattler, who also wasn't winning but had way less expectation.
Oh,
that's fair.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
It's gotta be. Is it ridiculous?
Is this crazy to say D?
Like an D? I was thinking F.
D. F is.
I'd put him above Joey B.
Fine, you can give him a D because
Aaron Rodgers is not worse than Jaden Daniels this year or Kyler. Aaron Rodgers is like the top of D.
I think now let me rephrase. Aaron Rodgers is being sold by poor wide receiver play, and Mike Tomlin just is It's time to go, Mike. They haven't won a playoff game since Sean McVay was
Buffalo will take
a coordinator. Like it's time for I saw a thing today thinking that someone said that they should completely tear down the Steelers, trade everyone while they got value, and just start the rebuild. DJ Watt, all of them gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I would put him at the top of D. I think all things included about Rodgers. There's obviously there's expectation at the very least that you're an NFL legend, like a top 5 quarterback of all time. And you're now playing.
Hey, Will Howard, it's time. Will
Howard should at least be on the team instead of Mason Rudolph. But
Mason Rudolph.
Who knows? Maybe the Steelers are still very much in the division race and might still be the favorites. This week's obviously going to be very important. I think the Steelers got it. Lamar's on a stinker tear, but Tua and Geno Smith are very similar. Tua's been a little better. The Dolphins are winning right now, and they're going to win again this week. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be 6-7. But
they're not winning against the Jets.
Yeah, Tua owns the Jets, bro.
Owns the Jets.
So what? They're in the rivalry jerseys.
Pretty sure Torrance said this the last time they played, no? And then the Dolphins won.
The only memorable Jets play from that game was when Justin Fields had some reverse field run. The other thing I remember is Tyreek Hill snapped his leg in half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Tua's D for sure. He's also he's tied leading the league in interceptions. He's not as bad as Geno Smith, who's tied with him
the deep ball, Geno.
I put Tua in the D tier.
Yeah, 9.
And I would put Tua
in between. I think in between. Oh fuck! In between Kyler and JD.
I was thinking the exact same thing right here. Tua officially better than Joe Burrow.
Hey, Jay Daniels. It's okay. We got Tua.
Okay, Josh Allen.
Tua turned the ball over here.
Josh.
Can we just get this out of the way now and not elaborate on it either?
He's not.
Well, Josh Allen.
I'm not giving Josh Allen an A grade.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Everyone's gonna rip on Josh Allen because there's certain plays and certain moments where Josh Allen has lost the Bills a couple of games, or maybe hasn't made the right play. But if you're gonna go off numbers, Josh Allen is almost top 10 to top 15 in every passing stat category, and is top 3 in almost every single rushing category, while being the second leading rushing touchdown holder in the NFL.
Yeah, that includes.
I don't know if that holds any value.
That includes running backs. No, he's gonna go here for me.
He drives
top
the car.
B. He's not.
I'm fine with it because without Josh Allen, regardless of the play or the turnovers, the Bills just wouldn't win anything. I think regardless, Josh Allen has to be somewhere in the B tier.
All right, then with that in mind, we should grade Jalen Hurts now.
Yeah.
I would put him here. If Josh Allen's not A, Jalen Hurts is not A.
Off
the season,
I'd put him above Jordan Love.
I don't know if I would.
Nate, what do you think?
No.
I don't know if I would. Think about the reason these two are in B is because how high their expectations were versus how they're playing.
That is true. That is true.
Although their expectations
are like
report card
grids.
In a way.
These are like report card grids, and sometimes a teacher will be harsh. Hey,
I'll
you're
say
a smart
this, though,
student, and your report was mid. I might give you a curved grade because I expected more out of you. That's happened before.
I hold Josh Allen to much higher expectation than Jalen Hurts, though. But one's coming off a Super Bowl, and when someone's got a Super Bowl hangover, it's always harsh. Drake May is unfortunately probably going to be an A. I mean, he has to. He has to be. He's really. He's taken a big leap this year, and it helps the Patriots.
I won't be biased. I'll put him there. He's not better than Stafford, but I mean, he's right there. He's just been amazing.
He's been the QB2 this season.
He's currently the front runner.
There's no other way to look at it.
It's kind of insane. Will they go far in the playoffs? No, nothing will.
I think especially with the back half of their schedule, they're gonna be an early exit
because they're gonna be so used to these shit teams that when they play a good one, they're shit might hit the fan. They could prove me wrong, but all I'm getting from this team with vibes wise is like a worse 2020 Bills team that ended up getting blown out in the AFC Championship game. So. They have an older Diggs, a worse version of 2020 Josh Allen, a worse system around him, similar level coordinator, similar head coach.
It just takes one bad game from that defense, and
they do have a better defense than the 2020 Bills. They do have a better defense than the 2020 Bills.
Yeah, their defense is amazing, but it's like one mistake and it could all just fall apart for them.
Justin Fields.
They have to play nearly perfect, I would say.
They do. Justin Fields is the only QB. Besides JJ McCarthy, is like the worst QB besides JJ McCarthy.
Yeah,
for a while, Justin Fields was the worst starter in football. I mean,
only runs the football.
If you didn't think the Jets could get worse, and then they signed Fields. Fields should not be in the NFL. There are many
switch positions.
There are many backups I would take over Justin Fields. The Jets, if I was the Jets, I would have drafted Jalen Milroe and started him before I signed Justin Fields. I don't know if that's ridiculous to say. I'd take Jalen Milroe.
I don't think so. I would argue Jalen Milroe has a better arm.
Franchise.
I think Jalen Milroe has a better arm.
Jalen Milroe easily has a better arm,
and they're freak athletes either way.
With his size,
one can throw the ball.
Like Jalen Milroe is bigger than Fields, right? I don't know Jalen Milroe's frame. I know Fields is small.
Jalen Milroe's 6'2".
There's no way Fields is 6'2".
Justin Fields is 6'3". No, he's
what?
Got an inch.
Fields is 6'3".
No, he is not. He's like 5'11".
That's what the internet says. 6'3" for Justin Fields.
What? I did not know that. That's got to be cap.
That he's not 6'3".
They're lying. They're actually lying. I don't know.
He's not ridiculously small.
Justin Fields don't pass the eye test, man. I don't know.
He's 6'2".
He's six something.
6'7".
He's 6'2". But that's
Trevor Lawrence is 6'7".
Josh Allen is 6'. Trevor Lawrence's ass.
Josh Allen's 6'5". Or Trevor Lawrence might be 6'6".
Herbert's 6'6".
Yeah, Trevor might be
6'6" too.
I don't know.
Where would we put Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence Trevor's been fucking stinky this year.
Good. It's not good.
They're winning though.
Better than Rodgers.
I have to give him enough credit. He's better than Rodgers. He's better than Flacco. He's better than Rattler. I'd put him.
Between Rattler and Goff.
His expectations though. Hear me out. Were his expectations not a lot low? Yeah, his expectations were not a lot lower than Jared Goff. And outside of the turnovers, and Jacksonville is a better team this year than Detroit.
Well, a lot of it with the defense, the defense stepping up, and Travis Etienne having the great first half to the season that he was having.
Because Trevor looks good when he looks good. He's like Bryce. He actually is Bryce Young.
He just throws stupid interceptions. He just throws the worst interceptions I've ever seen.
He actually is Bryce Young. He'll still keep you in games. Like, you watch a fair share of Jacksonville.
Yeah, he's a very underrated rushing quarterback.
The thing that's going to put Trevor down, like, at the very least, if these two had the same stats, the game choking to Davis Mills for Trevor would, automatically put him below Bryce Young, just regardless. But I wish Davis Mills was on here, even though we only saw him for.
Although I'm just saying, Trevor Lawrence did beat the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, everyone's going to beat the Chiefs. Oh, John is here.
Oh, we're approaching Daniel Jones territory.
All right, John, perfect timing. So, I don't know if you saw...
Sanders, he's an S-tier quarterback.
I don't know if you saw that Bleacher Report came out. We're giving report card grades to QBs. So,
Okay.
I don't know if you saw Bleacher Report did it, and it was ridiculous, and Josh Allen had the same grade as Shedeur Sanders, so we're making an actual one. Shedeur's not on the list because it's off the full year.
That's
this is what we have so far.
That's actually pretty funny.
Let us know what you like, what you don't like before we move on. They are also in order in the grading. Torn's about to leave. That sucks. But
so we're saying that. I mean, I guess Sam Darnold has had a good season, but so it's just based off of this season so far.
So far,
put Jalen Hurts under Jordan Love and Sam Darnold.
Yeah, off this. Yeah, because also it's not just based on performance. Think about a grade for a QB on a report card. Certain things with context goes into it. Jalen Hurts had a lot higher expectations going into this year than a QB like Sam Darnold, and has played worse than Sam Darnold. Or even statistically, he's been worse than Jordan Love and Sam Darnold.
So CJ Stroud is like a D then, or F, I guess.
Stroud was ass this year, man.
And
Stroud was cheeks this year.
Dude, he just no-showed against the Colts, basically, dude.
Also, John, if you want,
I have no touchdowns to a pick.
I have our cameras on screen for this part, so if your thing is working, you can turn it on if you want.
Give me a second. Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Stroud, dude. Okay, Stroud's not F. He's probably somewhere in D, because he's been really shit. I could put him between like Kyler and Rodgers.
Yeah.
D tier. I'll give Aaron Rodgers a little bit of leeway here.
I'm about to do them now.
All right, yeah, sweet. Okay. I give Stroud a little bit of leeway.
Danny Dimes.
Daniel Jones, off this year.
A C.
No, I'll be real. I'll give him a B grade, but
higher than Jackson Dart.
Fair enough. I like that. Because, I mean, dude, the Colts are currently imploding. And not a lot of people are talking about that the Colts are imploding.
Not yet. Jason Zucker, you stud! Sorry.
No,
Did we score?
The Colts are not first in their division. They were the 1 seed a few weeks ago in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be good.
Now they are not. No, they won't.
Well, because
they're about to lose to Jacksonville, and let me tell you why. Because they have not won a game in Jacksonville since 2014. So they are about to lose this week.
Right?
They're about to lose this week. Be down a game and a half in the division.
Teams can start selling out. Teams could start selling out too for Jonathan Taylor now because Daniel Jones is playing with like a fractured fibula or tibula.
Houston only played Indy once and beat them.
Yeah.
Last week. So think about this. Houston is about to be 8-5 because they're going to beat Mahomes this week. Indy is going to lose to Jacksonville, also be 8-5, lose the tiebreaker. They're going to be third in the division after this week. After being the NFL's 1 seed and AFC's.
They played the Texans to end the season.
A couple weeks ago. Yeah, they are.
Hey guys, really quickly, I have 67 losses.
I noticed that. I did notice that.
Brandon, they got Jacksonville this week. Then they play Seattle, San Fran, Jacksonville again, and then they're in Houston to end the year.
They're not.
That's a gauntlet. Especially with an injured Daniel Jones.
Yo, they might not make the playoffs, bro.
If Daniel Jones' injury is really going to set him back as far as we think, to the point where they have Tyler Warren taking tush-push snaps,
also, JT been quiet as James Cook is only 50 yards behind Jonathan Taylor.
Josh Norris got an assist on that goal, by the way.
He was like
Text Joe.
Jonathan Taylor was 200 yards above James Cook a few weeks ago after Jonathan Taylor's bye, and now he's only.
Now, granted, too, James Cook just had a phenomenal game, and Jonathan Taylor just put up a stinker. So,
hey, Daniel Jones.
Daniel
Jones, let me find out. Daniel Jones, let me find out you missed the playoffs this year, and you're going right back down to that.
What's Daniel Jones' contract going to do? What's that contract about to be like?
Oh my God!
But I'd be crazy to say that the
55 mil.
Chargers beat the Eagles on Monday Night Football.
That's not ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
I almost picked them.
I considered it.
I almost picked them.
I considered it.
I'm doing it.
Part of me still thinks Los Angeles will win the AFC West. But we're really running out of time for Denver's implosion. Unfortunately, it'll just happen in the playoffs instead. But Cam Ward is an F. Cam Ward is an F. There's not enough. You can't.
He needs his own tier.
You can give all. He's not worse than J.J. McCarthy or Justin Fields. Or I'm not even going to put him below Russell Wilson. But Listen,
he's better than McCarthy.
No matter
he's
what,
got a lot, and the thing is too, he's got a lot worse situation than McCarthy.
No matter,
so
and his obviously you can do all that. You can give as much context as you want. At the end of the day, he's looked like shit.
And there's more expectation for McCarthy after they moved on from Darnold and the roster that they have around him.
Oh my God, they had Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. And now they have
Daniel Jones on the practice squad.
Mark Brusmer and fucking JJ McCarthy. But next year, Kyler is saving. Kyler will save the Minnesota Vikings franchise.
We get to talk about Patrick Mahomes, and there really is nothing better than talking football and talking about Patrick Mahomes. I mean, am I right?
You love a guy like Patrick Mahomes. That loss on Thanksgiving was not.
Is this ridiculous?
No,
that's not ridiculous.
Yes, that's pretty ridiculous.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
He's better than Jackson Dart. What are you talking about?
No.
What? No.
Jackson Dart.
Jackson Dart with
all
the
things,
expectation
all
of being a
context
backup.
considered as well. Yeah, Jackson Dart coming in, low expectations, bad team, and he's played great.
No Malik Neighbors. Cam Scatterboo was just starting to break out too.
Russell Wilson almost beat Mahomes.
Jackson Dart
starts that Giants game. The Giants win that primetime game. That Sunday night game.
Well, dude, Jackson Dart's out there throwing balls to wide receiver one Wan'Dale Robinson, and is beating the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mahomes got a lot more help than Chiefs fans realize.
So he's number one in the C tier, or he's behind Bryce Young.
He's behind Mac Jones.
Bryce Young.
I don't think that's ridiculous to put him behind Mac Jones.
I mean, Mac Jones single-handedly saved the Niners season.
Trevor Lawrence beat him head to head. I don't know.
I think you should put him between. I don't think it's ridiculous between Trevor and Goff, considering that he beat Goff head to head.
It's like the same situation as Jared Goff, right? I mean,
it is.
Obviously, like Jared Goff has the better team and is playing worse, so Mahomes goes above him. But it's not that much worse. And Mahomes is about to be 6-7 after this week. Chiefs are missing the playoffs. If Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson ever missed the playoffs, they'd be outside people's top fives.
Crucified.
Mahomes is about to miss the playoffs, and people are still going to find a way to be like, he's still the best in the league, guys. We got to protect Mahomes, man. The Chiefs dynasty ends if they miss the playoffs this year.
Take a glance at the Patrick Mahomes numbers the last season or two.
Oh, he was so bad in 2024, and no one wants to talk about it.
Yeah. Anyways, Justin Herbert.
He's been a B tier quarterback this year. He's dealt with a lot of
Herbert.
Do we think that he's gonna play Monday night? There's no way.
It's day to day. He'll play.
He got surgery on it. There's no way.
Madison Beer will give him good enough head to where he'll play.
Yeah, but it's his non-throwing hand.
Is it his left? Okay.
Josh Allen played with the fractured hand.
He's day to day.
It's his left hand.
He's day to day.
Oh, okay.
He's day to day. He's good. In my opinion, he will play. It's a very important game for them.
If Herbert doesn't play, I'm going to change my pick to the Eagles.
Yeah.
But I think if Herbert plays, even with a broken hand, I think they win the game.
Herbert's dealt with a lot of shit this year, and they're still 8-4. Those injuries to the O-line and his injury to Amarion Hampton, who looked like a top 10 running back before getting hurt, he has the some of the worst PFF graded starting offensive linemen in football, and is handing off the ball to Kamani Vidal or however you pronounce his name. And they're still 8-4.
Yeah, he had like 122.
I think it's only respectable. I think it's only fair to put Herbert at the top of B tier.
And has he been better than Josh this year? Herbert's had some stinky fucking games, dude.
Yeah, but so has Josh Allen. Josh Allen has 2 games where he hasn't accounted for a touchdown.
I don't think it's ridiculous to put him. Yeah, there. But
Josh Allen didn't. Josh Allen didn't account for a touchdown against the Texans or the Jets.
Okay.
Bo Nix.
Brandon's about to have an aneurysm when I say put him in the C tier.
That's not insane.
Put him in the C tier. But is he above or below Mahomes?
Well, listen.
Above.
Hear me
Bo
out.
Nix, what expectations?
No, I'm not hearing this guy out. No, put him above.
No, it's the same Broncos team, though. But, dude, hold up. This is the same team, basically, from last season, where Bo Nix played a lot better. And, I mean, sure, they got bounced in the playoffs, but, the only thing that's taken a step back is Bo Nix.
Bo Nix himself has looked like shit. They just adopted the Chiefs' devil magic from 2024.
They've upgraded at running back, and the defense has somehow gotten better than last year.
Bo Nix is not better than Jared Goff. He's not.
Is it ridiculous to say, based on this season, that Bo Nix is just a really glorified Spencer Rattler?
He is. He's Spencer Rattler in a better system, dude. He's been so bad. The Broncos are the least impressive 10-2 team or whatever we've ever seen. Yeah, I watched the full Jets game at my uncle's house. I watched that 13-11 stinker.
To the Commanders.
I watched the 10-7 Raiders game. I just watched him almost lose to Marcus Mariota in overtime, and he had the 2-point conversion, and Nick Benito swatted it down.
Riley Moss out here giving up go routes to freaking Deebo Samuel in 2025.
He's not better than Jared Goff this year, even with the Lions' struggles. Bo Nix is not the reason the Broncos are winning games. He's the reason they're not winning by more.
I know the reason why the Raiders aren't winning football games, and it's because of that guy on the screen.
Oh,
it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that. But he's definitely a big reason.
Yeah. He's worse than Penix. Is he worse than Cam Ward?
He's better than Cam Ward. He's better than Cam Ward. He's better than Cam Ward.
Tied league leader in interceptions. Tua's looked better. I won't be biased towards it.
He's better than Michael Penix.
Gino gets an F. All things considered, though, no, because the Raiders really put a lot of their stakes into Gino.
He had a lot of expectations.
I'm putting Cam Ward above him because let me tell you why. Because he had a lot higher expectations this year. A lot of people knew the Titans were still going to be bad. People had the Raiders. Look at Nick Wright was one of them that I was talking. People had the Raiders make it the playoffs this year. People had the Raiders and Chiefs being or Chargers and Raiders the ones making it out of the West. Everyone thought the Broncos were going to be shit, obviously, because they didn't make any crazy improvements to the roster. Some people thought the Chiefs were done. Others thought the Chargers would implode. And a lot of people were picking I thought the Raiders had a shot at like a 6 or 7 seed. But I don't know.
Before he henceforth, I have to go.
Alrighty.
Thank you for letting me on.
Care.
Henceforth? Are we serious?
Yeah, are we dead ass? I don't know. So here is the...
Interesting vocabulary.
Here's the list. I like this. I like this list. I like these grades. I like the order of the grades. This is again off just throughout this year. This will probably change a lot based on who makes and misses the playoffs. If the Steelers miss the playoffs, Rodgers goes down to F, for example. If Detroit misses the playoffs, Jared Goff probably goes down to like D. I don't know, but yeah, I like the list. I think this is a lot better than Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report should hire us and not whoever is making those lists. I get there for clicks, but
I was gonna say I feel like every single like major sports network makes crazy like
we'd be
lists
good at that,
just for rage bait and clicks and stuff.
I feel like I'd be pretty good at coming up with headlines for clicks.
Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
That wouldn't get clicks. That's too vanilla.
Jalen Hurts is better than Joe Burrow.
Well, that's not ridiculous either. I feel like no one would click on that just because everyone knows
Jeremiah Smith is washed.
Jeremiah Smith is washed. We should talk about now I'd put the headline like, has Jalen Hurts passed Patrick Mahomes all time with the Super Bowl win?
It is definitely something that could generate clicks.
It would.
That would.
I'd do it, man. I'd rage bait a lot of people.
The thumbnail just has to be like Jalen Hurts wearing like I don't know, like a goat head or something over Mahomes or something.
Wait. Okay, I got something here. And this is more like talk because obviously we don't have to make the change to the list, but I think we need to revisit Bo Nix. I think if you add expectation, the team around him, and you look at what a guy like you'd say Spencer Rattler or Joe Flacco has done for the teams that they played, I think it wouldn't be ridiculous to lower Bo Nix. I'm not saying you have to put him in the D tier, but I think at least bottom of C.
I don't know, dude. At the end of the day, he is 10-2.
He is 10-2, but it's not him.
I get it. He's still 10-2, and like Rattler and Flacco, like won maybe 3-4 games combined.
But again, if you look at expectation, they were kind of just journeyman guys doing their job. I mean, Joe Flacco lost to
Justin Fields, bro.
Is it really Joe Flacco's fault that the defense gave up the double pass, though?
No. All right, I'm gonna leave Bo Nix where it is before we piss off some Broncos fan or something. Like if Brady Hillman saw this, he'd probably pass out. But I'm gonna leave the list as is.
Bo Nix. I'm just saying. You look at Bo Nix.
I'm gonna finalize his list. Like how it is. I like this list. I don't think we need to nitpick at it. And then I guess we can get into some game. I don't even know what games we want to talk about, but we've only been on.
Bo Nix's sack percentage has gone down.
We can talk about.
He's on pace to have a worse season than he did last year.
Well, yeah.
If not just slightly average with slightly different numbers.
I feel like last year he had a really solid year,
efficient as a quarterback.
Last year,
he's not as efficient, I guess.
Yeah. If Jaden Daniels,
it all depends on the box.
If Jaden Daniels wasn't a thing last year, Bo Nix would have probably won Rookie of the Year offensively, right? Unless I'm missing a name, I feel like Bo Nix would have had it. Maybe no, Brock Bowers and then Bo Nix.
Yeah,
because it's a QB award, so maybe Malik Neighbors, but Bo Nix had.
I would go.
Bo Nix had a really solid year last year and made the zero expectation Broncos wild card team, 7 seed, got destroyed, but they were there and now they're winning. I won't nerf them anymore. But I'm the Bo Nix, anti-Bo Nix guy. So.
Okay, I was just throwing it out there.
Hey, I appreciate the similar wavelength, if nothing else.
I also want to say that Geno Smith has the best percentage in terms of bad throw, in terms of being the lowest
bad throw
percentage. One of the more accurate balls. Yeah, there was one of. He doesn't throw a lot of bad throws for being very turnover.
I can see why they wrote him off. Hey Geno, you don't need to write back. We're good. We're all good.
They said PF.
Might be time to write back.
Pro Football has Geno Smith with 38 bad throws and a 10.5% poor throw percentage or whatever you want to target. But he has one of the higher on-target percentage thrown balls. He sits 7th behind Daniel Jones, Drake May, Mac Jones, Jared Goff, Josh Allen, and Sam Darnold.
Fortunately, maybe a lot of times it's on target. It's also contested, so who knows? But anyway,
maybe
that's gonna end off the list, and now we're gonna.
Nate's trying to re-push the Geno Smith agenda.
We're gonna pan back to the main thing here, talk some games. John, unfortunately, we already talked Turkey Bowl, but if you want to mention anything else, we can do that during this. But we will make a cut here and see you guys in 1 second. All right, back here at the main set, starting with some Bills-Steelers action. The Buffalo Bills outscored the Pittsburgh Steelers. What was it, 24-0 in the second half or something? What did we end up winning?
Well, I thought it was 23.
23-0 in the second half.
Yeah.
A shaky start once again. Joe Brady, count your days, count your weeks, whatever you want to call it. I don't like you. We don't like you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry real quick for the interruption. 5 minutes ago, Justin Herbert says he's preparing to play Monday versus Eagles despite missing Wednesday's practice.
Real quick before we do actually get into this game, speaking of a Steelers, what do you guys think of us claiming Darius Slay off of waivers?
Is Trey White that bad?
He is that bad, actually.
Because I think we moved Ingram to the practice squad.
We cut him. I don't know. He has to clear waivers to re-sign him.
He's probably going to be back on the squad.
He's going to clear waivers. No one's picking up Jamarcus Ingram. Yeah. But Darius Slay,
I think
gets beat by Josh Allen,
it could be a good
stash
piece.
Teammate. I don't know. I guess Darius Slay was
a good stash piece.
I didn't know Darius Slay was that bad on Pittsburgh, but I guess he's just old.
I guess cornerback depth. I mean, we're really lacking in that department. So I guess DB depth. Once we're making this.
Yeah, we saw Christian Benford get hurt in the Chiefs game last year. So
we're trying to make a playoff push right now. So having secondary depth wouldn't be the worst thing to have. Is Darius Slay really much better than Trey White in the Big 25?
I think so.
He's probably better. I
think so. Trey White's a better locker room presence specifically for the Bills, but Darius Slay is actually more of and then the whistle blows type of presence to where he's going to be better on the field. So I like it.
So I mean, I guess we signed him.
Still kept Trey White around, which is great. Man, Josh Allen just owns Jalen Ramsey. Oh my God, he's still never lost to him. He's still never lost to him.
And Jalen Ramsey called him ass.
He's like, I think that Josh Allen dude trash. Jalen Ramsey does have his ring though, so respect.
Jalen Ramsey's gone to, 5 teams now and has been cooked by Josh Allen on all those teams?
I think he's on his 4th right now, right?
4th team, yeah, right? Jags, Dolphins, Rams.
At this rate, he'll go to the Patriots next year.
Then get cooked by Josh Allen twice a year.
Yep.
Again.
Awesome. I don't know.
Okay,
Dude, I think Rodgers
another
is
cool.
Terrible. Rodgers is really bad.
I think Rodgers we can't talk about the Bills game without Josh Allen breaking Josh Allen broke the single all-time record held for
quarterback
running. The best dual threat QB to ever played a game. I'm not going to hear it out about Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I had
Steve Young.
Yeah, I had someone tell me that Josh Allen's not top 3 of dual threats, and he ranked Lamar Jackson, Steve Young, and Jalen Hurts above Josh Allen on the dual threat list. It was
because Josh Allen's also about to break another record.
It was a troll.
Josh Allen is on pace right now with 8 more touchdowns to be the first person in NFL history before the age of 30 to score 300 career touchdowns. Wow. Only person ever.
I mean, dude,
if he gets
listen, you got, in terms of dual threat all-time QBs, dude, Steve Young, okay, my grievance with Steve Young is he walked into an amazing system. He didn't do it for that long.
I mean, yeah, he walked into a Joe Montana built team,
and he wasn't like, he didn't have a crazy long prime. So with that in mind of not having crazy long primes, and we done with the 90s, let me ask you this question: are you taking prime Steve Young or prime Cam Newton?
Him.
I'm taking prime
Cam Newton's prime wasn't that long, but yeah, Cam Newton in 2015.
So that's what I'm saying. Low key.
2015 Cam Newton.
If someone said Steve Young, if someone put Steve Young below Cam Newton on the all-time dual threat list, I wouldn't be mad at it. Steve Young has the accolades and stuff, but in a much harder era of football, Cam Newton arguably has at least the better tape, the better all-22.
Oh no, the 90s were dangerous, man. The 90s were freaking dangerous, dude.
But it was, I don't know. It still wasn't it wasn't as talented of an NFL, in my opinion. And it was still probably we weren't into the refs or super soft era just yet in 2015. We were kind of in that in between. Like, stuff was still really physical. We still had the Legion of Boom in the NFL, and we saw defenses like the Steelers and the Ravens and stuff. The AFC, or I guess just the AFC North, just beating the shit out of each other.
It's very close between
Josh
Cam
got to be
Newton
the best dual threat of all
Young.
time, bro. He's about to have another.
I mean, I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable for our generation to probably lean Cam Newton, but I think overall, I think Steve Young probably takes it overall. It's fairly close though.
He's about to have another 40 touchdown season here. Probably. He just needs to average 2 a game for the next 5 games, and it's December Josh Allen, so he's gonna have 4 in one of these games.
Yeah, Josh is 10 away from the 40 mark.
Dude, the Steelers are in danger. I do think they're going to beat the Baltimore Ravens this week because Lamar...
I hope so.
Lamar is on even more of a stinker, and I guess with that we can kind of transition into Ravens-Bengals for time. Lamar has now had his 3rd straight game of just abysmal play in a very down year. He's got 0 touchdowns to 5 turnovers in his last 3 games. And just got blown out by a division rival and was cooked by what everyone was saying was the worst defense in football. So, I don't know. I have a take about this whole thing with the Bengals defense. And, Burrow comes in. He doesn't play amazing. He gets glazed by the NFL as if he did. He got the job done, though. And, he has a winning record on the year. He hasn't done that in a while. So, props to him for playing like a quarterback that he's hyped up to be. But my thing with the Bengals that I was talking to you guys about before is I don't think they're putting as much into the defense, because when they did put a lot of the defense and it was their better side of the football during that Super Bowl run, they didn't get the job done. And Joe Burrow wants all these guys paid on the offensive side, so to put all that cap into it, what room do they really have to put a shit amount into the defense just to have a defense not as good as your 2021 one? Would you get the same result? Is Joey Burrow going to take some magical step Jamar Chase can't really go up. Like, Jamar Chase's ceiling can't be much higher than it is because he's kind of, reached the peak of, like, what you can do as a wide receiver. I personally think that, the Bengals.
I think you could argue.
I don't know what the Bengals' future holds. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm kind of just yapping right now. But
I think the Bengals.
Two people talking. But I think John had to go do something real quick. But the Bengals, I don't know what the Bengals' future holds. And obviously, I'm not the biggest Joe Burrow guy. Congrats to you on a Thanksgiving win against a division rival. Lamar's cheeks. Keep furthering the Lamar is worse than Josh Allen agenda until it's backwards. I don't know, man.
I think what the Bengals could do is obviously you gotta buff the defense a little bit, but you also go back to that Super Bowl run, and do you know what the Bengals had that they don't really have right now? They had Joe Mixon, and it's nothing against Chase Brown because obviously Chase Brown is a guy that can go and get you yards after catch, but you need a guy like a Joe Mixon that can go and run the football and really add a two-dimensional game to your offense. I mean, Joe Mixon could go for 5 touchdowns on the Bengals between the air and on the ground occasionally. And when you look at prime Joe, the back end of Joe Mixon's career through like 2021 to 2024 with the Bengals, I mean, Joe Mixon was a very quality back when he was healthy.
Yeah.
So I think if you add a actual running back and not just some receiving scat back, it could definitely help the offense. And you can make an argument too that it could increase the chance of Burrow actually staying on the field when he has a much better run game. I think if the Bengals were smart, they could kind of take a page from the Bills playbook, where even though the Bengals have much better offensive weapons than the Bills, if they can really get a much better run game and make Joe Burrow's life a lot easier than it already is. I mean, he's got 2 of the greatest weapons in the game right now, but if you could really just dumb it down, go full system quarterback, West Coast offense, quick throws, get the ball out of his hand quick, I mean, the Bengals would be unstoppable.
Dude,
great running game.
I also, though, Chase Brown plays a lot better when Burrow's there because Burrow's attempting 40, 50 passes a game. A lot of those are going to be checkdowns to the running back. And like Chase Brown is a receiving back. Chase Brown is like a nerfed CMC.
They need a bell cow, though. They need like a guy that's going to go between the tackles and up the middle and actually run the football.
And he wasn't. So now they just need to draft one. The problem is they need to draft everywhere else first.
We know about Zach Moss.
Yeah, they
really need to get an edge. They should take another edge rusher because Shamar Stewart, for as bad as he looked, you still got to give him his due. He's got time.
Yeah.
And the product right now isn't looking great, but there's still time, which is fortunate. It's just like what the Bills are doing with Keon Coleman. I mean, it's not looking pretty, but you just got to count on time to save you. They need to take an edge, and then probably they got to take an edge or a linebacker with their first pick off the board. I mean, that's where they really seem to be lacking. They traded away Logan Wilson to the Cowboys, who's going to really buff up their defense. I don't think that trade's talked about enough, but the defense is definitely going to be the first priority, and then later on in this draft, you could probably grab a running back, or you could just sign someone out of free agency to be like an actual running back and not just a pass catching back.
But I mean, going into this, like with the Ravens, does anything change about our AFC North? Who do we like? The Ravens look worse.
We had the Ravens making. Did we have the Ravens or Steelers making it?
Steelers. The Ravens look worse than the Steelers right now.
Steelers.
Let me ask you guys where the picks.
My problem with the Steelers is Rodgers has no one to throw to outside of Darnell Washington.
Who did y'all pick this week for that game?
I went Ravens because the Ravens are home, I believe.
Yeah, I think I went Ravens.
I went Pitt. I don't know. I think this Lamar Jackson stinker. If there's a time for the Steelers to take one off the Ravens, it's now.
Wait, let me double check.
I also know that recently, there's at least. Don't the Steelers play fairly well in Baltimore as well?
Yeah, but I think of Russ's playoff stinker last year, and I don't know. I think also if you look at it, this would be this has to be the Lamar bounce back game. I mean, if you want to have a staple win to really keep you afloat to make the playoffs, it has to be this game against this opponent.
That's a question we have to ask about Lamar now: is will there be a bounce back game? Has he really?
I mean, you like to think
this entire year, outside of 3.5 quarters of the Bills game.
interception, like really, if you take away the interception, I mean, if you can limit the fumbles, they were moving the ball down the field on the Bengals. Derrick Henry seems to at least have that kickback where like Derrick Henry can still run and get you touchdowns. I mean, Lamar's really just been fumbling and turning the ball over. That's killing red zone drives, and they're not executing when they're in the red zone. So it's things that can be cleaned up. I'm not going to say they're going to easily fix it, but I think they just need to dumb it down when they get in the red zone, use a little bit more Derrick Henry, use Lamar's legs. They really haven't been doing that. They've really just tried to keep him in the pocket and throw the ball, which was working a lot last year, but I mean, he's one of the greatest athletes we've ever seen play the sport. In the red zone, let the man pull the ball. Run read option, run quarterback powers, quarterback sweeps like he did when he won the MVPs. Like,
yeah,
find Mark Andrews in the red zone, man. He used to be an absolute
super randomly for like 3 years, 39 mil, but they're not even using him.
They also remember how everyone was gassing up Isaiah Likely last year?
Yeah, he had a good game though.
Yeah, just you got to use the weapon. You got to find a way to use the weapons that you have. I mean, Zay Flowers fumbling doesn't help.
The Steelers need to use Darnell Washington.
DK Metcalf sucks. Oh my god, DK Metcalf is terrible.
Darnell Washington should be getting like 8 targets a game. That guy, you can't tackle him.
Yeah.
You just
DK Metcalf is
bitch our defense on
so terrible.
Like, oh yeah, DK sucks.
Oh yeah, dude. No jokes aside, he's 6'7". He's like 240 to 50 pounds, and he was a tight end that played for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Their run game sucks too.
That's scary.
DK Metcalf sucks.
Oh no,
Calvin Austin is inconsistent. I can't name much more players on the team.
You should watch the all 22 of DK Metcalf against the Bills, man. DK Metcalf can't even run a slant.
Jonnu Smith, we're reuniting Jonnu Smith with Arthur Smith for the 3rd fucking time. Jonnu Smith doesn't even get used. I don't know why they traded for him. They still got Jalen Ramsey in the trade, which I guess was okay, but he's been, a mixed bag this year.
Yeah.
The AFC North.
I think it was very good.
But I'm not going to buy into the hype of the people that are saying the Bengals are going to win it because they still have to win like 5 games in a row with help from other teams in the division losing, and I don't see it. And I think it was really we need to pump the brakes on the Bengals and just beat them and get them out of it. Put them at 8-9. Bury the hatchet. Fuck the Bengals.
I might end up flipping my pick, but I think it was a great call. I know people don't usually like when someone like calls someone out, but I think Rodgers calling out the receivers in the press conference is like definitely much needed. I mean, the receivers don't know what they're doing. Yeah, but they don't know what they're doing, and they can't create separation. DK Metcalf can't even run a slant. DK Metcalf is the softest 6'4", 220 physical specimen wide receiver that I've ever seen in my life. He doesn't get contact with the corner. He just tries to, I don't know, he like dances at the line of scrimmage and tries to create separation. It just doesn't work. He's terrible. DK Metcalf is also one of the biggest boomer bust receivers where he can take it 60 yards to the house or he just won't do anything.
That's a guy that
he doesn't even block that good for a guy that's his size.
That's a guy. Rodgers is a guy that I think has earned the right to call out, positional groups and stuff too. So,
yeah.
Anyways.
And you look at what they gave up, right? They let go of Pickens. They trade Pickens to the Cowboys. They bring in DK and give him that contract instead of paying George was Pickens in a contract or like he's going into the contract year, right?
Mm.
Instead of holding on to George Pickens, someone that could create space, we've seen the highlight reel plays that he's capable of. You go out and get an aging, inconsistent DK Metcalf and throw a bag at him? Like, what is Steelers management doing?
They've been a train wreck.
And then
they've been a train wreck since like the 2020 implosion.
And obviously, you got Jalen Warren, but they drafted Caleb Johnson. They drafted Caleb Johnson out of Iowa.
For so long.
Caleb Johnson's not that good either. They completely whiffed on an Iowa running back, and those guys are usually pretty good. I know they get a lot of attention for tight ends
now, and he's like a return guy, and he even muffs kicks.
He's a big back that's supposed to be like power and speed, and he can't. It's like how I felt when I found out that Blue wasn't getting more reps for the Dallas Cowboys because he's a good dual threat back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I watched him in college. I'm like, oh, this dude's gonna be a great receiving back that can also run the ball, and like. thank God Javonte Williams is broken up, but like he's getting benched behind Miles Sanders. Like what?
Right, like Caleb Johnson's behind Kenneth Gainwell. Like, are we serious? I don't know.
Kenneth Gainwell's been the best offensive weapon on the Steelers, you could argue.
Yeah, maybe.
He's like second on their team in receptions.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of teams that are missing the playoffs, to segue, we're getting close to time here. The Kansas City Chiefs are now 6-6 and did in fact lose to the Dallas Cowboys. Are you guys finally ready?
They just lost Josh Simmons for multiple weeks too.
Yep, IR, at least 4. Are you guys finally ready to get off the Chiefs' glaze, or are you seriously just gonna sit there and wait until there's an E next to their name?
I'm ready.
John?
Job's not finished. Job finished. Job's not finished.
Okay, Kobe. Okay, Kobe.
No, I'm just kidding.
They're gonna lose.
Yeah,
this,
no.
well, they're gonna lose. What if they lose this week? Will you be convinced then?
No, I do believe that they will miss the playoffs. It's hard now. This is a deep hole to dig out of because not only now you have the Bills in front of you, who and the Steelers now are also, I believe, still in front of them in the seeding. You're trying to dig into a playoff spot while you also have 2 other teams that are fighting for their playoff chances. It's going to be hard. You have Josh Allen, who, I mean, in Josh Allen's entire career, aside from his rookie year, has not missed the playoffs. So when it comes down to this is going to be Josh Allen's first time. This is Josh Allen's first time really fighting to be in the playoffs in his career. So now this is an unfamiliar territory for Josh Allen and the young Bills. 2019, you're right. I forgot. Wild card game against Houston.
But it wasn't as bad as this though. But like 2019, we also had a chance at the division. We could have beaten Brady and Foxborough.
We've had a lot of close calls of missing the playoffs.
Here's the thing, though. Let me say something real quick.
And we won out.
Josh Allen, though, is not Josh Allen in 2019.
Yeah.
Right? This is the new age Josh Allen. This is prime Josh Allen. So we've seen Josh Allen carry the team before.
Referred Dorsey?
Russell Wilson was a Bronco, so yes.
It was the middle of 2023. It was after we lost to Denver, actually.
Yeah.
And we were 6-6
that year.
So we were 6-6
I was at that game. Right. So, yes, we were fighting for a division win. We were going to win the division that year, but we were still in the playoff picture. Now, are we still the 7th seed after this past week?
Yeah, we are at 8-4. Here's my grievance.
Josh Allen now has to saddle up because our team, he's had to carry our team before.
Is huge, though.
Beating the Steelers was big. The defense really showed out.
I have full confidence.
That was big. This is December Josh Allen. But now you have a hungry Josh Allen who is facing a lot of adversity right now with his team and his playoff spot. We're out of the divisional race at this point. At this point, it's not even winning the division. It's make the playoffs. Okay? So now it's like there's a little bit more stress off of that, right? We're not out of the division race, but let's be honest here. New England has an easy rest of their schedule. They would have to drop a lot of big games.
Dude, as long as we
win out. For you.
As long as we win out, which I personally think we will, they have to.
And then you have the
Steelers. More game outside of us, and we win the division.
And then you have the Steelers, who are also hungry. Mike Tomlin, he always finds a way to make the playoffs. Somehow, some way, with an 8-9 record, a 9-8 record, he finds a way to make the playoffs. So you have a Steelers team that can win football games, who has proven to win football games, a defense that can win you football games. They shut the Bills down basically the entire first half. The offense, they carried the Steelers this past Sunday. That score, if their defense wasn't there, would have been a whole lot more because the offense of the Steelers just couldn't get things moving. I think that's the worst I've seen the Steelers offense all year. So, I don't know. I don't think the Chiefs make the playoffs just because there's a lot stacked up against them when it comes to making it. They still have a few more divisional games, right?
Here's my take on that. That's what I wanted to get into. Not only do they have, I think, like 3 divisional games left, but also
they played the whole AFC West.
They have
to
lost.
End their season.
They are down 2 games to AFC teams that they have lost to in the Chargers, the Jags, and the Bills. They're also 1 game behind the Texans, who they're about to play. That if they lose that, they'll be 2 games behind, which means 2.5 because of all the head-to-head tiebreakers. They're 6-6.
Well, didn't they also lose to the Broncos?
Yeah, exactly, and they're going to lose to them again. But here's what I got here. So yeah, the problem with that, the Chiefs are losing to good playoff AFC teams and teams in their division. The Bills, when we were 6-6 in 2023 and 1 out, we were either losing to shit teams that weren't gonna matter in the standings for us, like the Jets or the Broncos, or out of conference teams like the Eagles. And then 1 out and beat a bunch of good teams down the stretch. The problem with the Chiefs is not only are they in a hole in terms of record, they don't have tiebreakers against like over half of the AFC playoff picture teams right now. Which it's just terrible. The only one they have a tiebreaker over right now is the Indianapolis Colts. So, they've just constantly shooting themselves in the foot by not only losing games, but losing to teams that they really had to beat. They've lost a lot of important games.
Yes.
And in terms of the Dallas Cowboys, who now actually have a better record than KC, they're 6-5-1. They're above 500, I believe, for the first time this year.
I feel like I was called crazy for saying the Cowboys can make a push a couple pods ago.
They still won't. The 9-4 San Francisco 49ers are the 7th seed in the NFC. Or 8-4. No, 9. They're 9-4.
Hey, the Carolina Panthers are making a come up. All right,
they're not one that's gonna have to win the division because Dallas.
They're half a game behind.
Dallas lost to Carolina.
They split with Philly. They split with Philly.
Carolina's half a game behind Tampa.
I know.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they got the bye this week.
That's not ridiculous.
So Tampa has to win and take advantage of that bye.
Who does Tampa play this week against? Saints.
We can get into the upset then. The Panthers, upset of the week, just walk in to their home stadium. Rams thinking they have an easy win. Matt Stafford on this tear. He turns the ball over 3 times. He turns it to J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
Bryce Young looks really good. We watched the whole game, John, together. It was great.
He did. So did Nate. Nate was there too. Why do you keep excluding Nate?
He wasn't there for...
I was there.
He wasn't there for...
Yes, I was.
Yes, he was.
I was there.
We all were there at the same time, bro. We all came back from the hockey game together.
Nate did not go to the hockey. Oh, he did. I'm retarded.
Bro, you have CTE.
I was sitting with Nate.
You guys were sitting with each other the whole time.
I am dumb. You're right.
You have worse CTE than I do.
You're right. Dude, I want to go back to sleep after. John, I took a 3-hour nap and instantly woke up and hopped on the pod, and now I'm just like.
What you saying? Fuck me for, bro?
You got soft hands, brother.
Now I want to go back. Now I want to go back to bed. That's embarrassing. Nate was there. Okay, so yeah, we all watched it. So,
I was there.
I'm thinking of Saturday when Nate didn't show up till later. That's what I'm thinking of.
Dude, you were getting pissed at me because I was like, "Oh my gosh, dude." I said a touchdown out before the thing happened.
Yeah,
like
dude. You were spoiling the game. You were spoiling.
I was like, "How can you forget the game?"
Dude, this guy had Red Zone on his phone, and it was ahead of us. And for some reason, Red Zone was primarily showing Panthers.
That Red Zone chose to only show that game.
And he was spoiled. And he not only was he spoiling it out loud, but then he would just not spoil it, but play it out loud on his phone.
But can we talk about the game of Derek Brown, the game he played against the Rams?
Oh my God.
He had a phenomenal game. He forced that he forced the tip in the end zone that caused the one Matthew Stafford interception. Yeah. He recovered a fumble and almost he didn't return it. He almost returned it fully. I mean, Derek Brown had a phenomenal defensive game against the Rams. Matthew Stafford, 3 turnover game for Matthew Stafford. He hasn't had an interception since week 2. And then he threw 2 of them. Or 3, 2 of them.
I don't know if you guys remember, Derek Brown was a very high pick in the 2020 draft. When he started out, he wasn't very good.
Hey, John, do you know where Derek Brown went to college?
Did Carolina also draft that other, or did they? No, they signed him. Who drafted the bust from 2020 draft? The bust corner. I think it was C.J. Henderson.
That was Jacksonville.
Jacksonville drafted him, and then he was on Carolina at a point, I know. Jacksonville draft. Because there's a lot of weird players in the 2020 draft. What happened to C.J. Henderson?
Isaiah Simmons getting drafted by the Cardinals to play safety, then played linebacker.
And then
he could also play corner.
And now is he on a team?
He's on the Packers. He was on the Packers.
Okay. Dang. They have...
I still love bro. Clemson royalty.
He's still good, yeah. But no, Derek...
Hey, what's the question you asked me?
I said, John, do you know where Derek Brown went to college?
I'll
give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
The team that Alabama just fucked on Saturday.
The team that got every single terrible call down the stretch of the game. Yeah, it would be Auburn.
And yeah, they suck.
Bama just wasn't playing Ryan Williams. I don't know.
Now, who's in their conference champion? Wait, raise your hand if your team's in their conference championship game.
My hand's raised.
You can't.
Ohio State, Torrent will be raising his hand right now.
Clemson can't raise shit.
You know what's crazy? You're both gonna lose in your conference championship game.
We.
The Ducks are beating Bama, and Duke ain't beating Virginia.
Duke's winning all.
Although
winning 2
Duke
natties
shouldn't
this
be
year.
there in the first place. Duke shouldn't be there at 7-5 in the first place because Miami is getting screwed out of an ACC championship appearance, even though they beat Notre Dame, and somehow Notre Dame is ranked higher. Miami's 2 losses were to ranked quality opponents in SMU and Louisville at the time when they were ranked, and somehow Miami's not even in the dance.
All I hear is
that is ridiculous.
Speaking of that, can we talk about Notre Dame and how it's so unfair that they're not in a conference? Because if they were in a conference, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. They wouldn't be in the playoff picture right now. So I think it's bullshit that they're continuing to be allowed an independent team.
Well,
because every year
it's Notre Dame. I wish we had Jake on here because he's a Notre Dame fan.
Hey Jake, Notre Dame is frauds. They're frauds.
Can I ask you guys a couple questions?
Sure.
I got a list of players that could. I know it'll be quick. I got a list. I got a couple names here of people that could be hitting the open market in NFL free agency, and I want to tell you if they sign with the team that they're on or if they leave in the offseason. Number 1, Daniel Jones of the Colts.
Resign, but it's going to be a robbery for Daniel Jones. It's not going to age well.
George Pickens.
Didn't the last time he got a big contract.
Dallas can't afford him. They can
Resign.
franchise tag him. I don't know if he'll play on it. I want him on the Bills, but he's going to get a bag, so...
Trey Hendrickson.
He's gone. He's regressed.
He's not staying a Bengal. Yeah, he's gone.
Here's a very... This is going to be a very...
They're not even going to tag him.
I think this is going to be one of the hottest names of the offseason if he's not re-signed. Alec Pierce. How much money is Alec Pierce going to make off of this year?
The Colts will re-sign him. He won't be expensive.
Breece Hall.
He won't be expensive.
He's not staying a Jet.
Breece Hall's like a Chief, probably. Unfortunately.
Ooh. Unfortunately, they almost made that trade.
Yeah.
The Eagles might re-sign him.
He's been good for them. I can see that as a signing they'd make. Yeah, I can see Howie extending Jalen.
And then the last 2 I have, I would say are probably going to be the most debatable ones because of not only injuries for the one, but of age and production, at least out of the other. Mike Evans.
Oh. Do you think
Because you could easily draft another wide receiver this year if you're Tampa?
Hear me out on
why
this.
do I see Mike Evans going to the Tennessee Titans? Wide receiver graveyard.
So hear me out on this.
Mike
right?
Evans,
Mike Evans.
Buffalo Bill.
Mike Evans, he's not breaking the record this year. He's just
Unfortunate.
He's not breaking the record. He's coming off of a huge injury. We'll see how he does. I mean, I guess when he comes back.
Jerry Rice has too much.
But do they do that? We want him to retire as a Buccaneer, and they sign him to like a 1-year deal, 2-year contract.
Well, here's the
maybe?
thing: if you're the Bucs, I would personally, if I were the Bucs, I'd keep Mike Evans before I hold on to Chris Godwin.
Me too. Mike Evans.
Of course, yeah. Get rid of Godwin.
3 to 5
also, I feel like
left.
Mike Evans also is a good mentor for Emeka Egbuka.
What?
I think Mike
look at
Evans
the
has a
Bucs.
solid 3 to 5 years left in his. Because isn't he the same draft class as Devontae Adams?
3 to 5 years.
2014. Yep.
Devontae easily has 3 to 5 years left in his. So
Here's this too.
I
Yeah.
can see Mike Evans playing for 3 more years. Because think about it, dude.
The
D-Hop's
Bucs-
still playing. Think about the guys. Think about how long Robert Woods stuck around for. He could be still in the NFL and just depth chart guy, not as a number 1 3 to 5, but in the league. I could see us 2030. Mike Evans finally calls it quits after like a long 16-year career. He's seasoned enough to do.
But look at this too, right? It wouldn't surprise me if they did end up letting go. I mean, the Bucs could easily just grab another receiver out of the draft. But you got Ibuka. You still got Chris Godwin, even though I'd take Evans over Godwin.
Ibuka was a great
You
pick,
got
man.
Sterling Shepard. You got Shepard, who's been good in their system. You got McMillan. You got Tez Johnson. I mean, they are loaded at wide receiver right now. Like, absolutely geared up. And then the final one, which I think is mainly this could go either way depending on draft and just because of the staple and the iconic name of the franchise. Travis Kelce.
He's gone. The
He's
Chiefs
gone?
dynasty ends this year, and Travis Kelce leaving is kind of like
Travis Kelce. Where would Travis Kelce go though?
I could see him signing with a division
New
rival.
England Patriots.
Denver Broncos.
No, he wouldn't go to an AFC West
Yes,
team.
he would.
He wouldn't go to an AFC
He's
West
petty
team.
as fuck.
If he's staying in the
Yes, he
AFC,
is.
if he's
He's
staying in
petty.
listen, if he stays in the AFC, like I just said, the New England Patriots. Hear me out. You think Mike Vrabel wouldn't want to go out for a guy like Travis Kelce?
Okay, I'm gonna plot. I'm gonna plot right now. Right. I'm gonna plot. I'm gonna put this crazy seed into your head right now. If Travis Kelce hits the open market, we were just talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. Where's Travis Kelce from? He's from Ohio. Where did he go to college? He played at Cincinnati. The Bengals might have Mike Gesicki, but do you think Joe Burrow would turn down paying for Travis Kelce?
That would be cinema. The Bengals haven't
Now,
had
hear
a,
me
the
out.
Bengals
This
haven't had a
My
good tight
segment
end.
of this podcast.
The Bengals haven't had a good
This
tight
might be
end since end of 2021 peak CJ Uzama.
I'm gonna throw one out here just for Brandon, just because he might like this. There's a team that might do good with a 2 tight end set with Jalen Hurts at quarterback. Now, hear me out. His brother played for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts with Dallas Goedert and Travis Kelce at tight end.
I would love
Disgust
it.
me.
I would
I
absolutely
don't
love
ever
it.
want to picture
I would
Travis
love it.
Kelce in the Eagles
love it.
uniform.
I
You
would love it.
disgusting
I would
prick.
absolutely love it, and Patrick
You
Mahomes.
disgusting-
Patrick
Wait,
Mahomes would
wait,
hate
wait,
it, so that's
wait,
why I'd love
wait.
it even more.
Could you
Fuck
imagine
Patrick
Chiefs
Mahomes.
Kingdom? Chiefs Kingdom if Travis Kelce wears Kelly Green.
Do you know
Fuck
what our
Chiefs
comment
Kingdom.
sections are going to
Good.
look
I
like
hope
now
Chiefs, I hope
because of you,
Chiefs
John?
Kingdom suffers for a really long time.
John, you know what our comments are going to be now? You know what's going to happen? Just cooked us.
Well,
Good.
we should probably cut it here. I mean, we don't need to go. We don't need to do pick'ems, right? Like we can go over the pick'ems next week.
What's a pick'em? What's a
What's
pick'em?
that? What's a pick'em? All right, folks.
What's a camera?
All
All right, folks, please enjoy the FNAF movie on Friday.
Yep. This is Torrin can't get tickets with us because he's at hockey. Well, this is the this was probably this is the last pod of us in school before holiday break for college. So, we'll have a couple weeks of not really doing much outside of the basic things, but we might be a little more
Wake up,
free
gym, food,
Yeah.
work, sleep.
right? So, that means Jake will be back. It's always nice. He swore to God he'd be on starting next week for the next 6 weeks. So, I'm gonna take his word on that. Folks, subscribe. Noties. If we were on your Spotify Wrapped, we really appreciate you. We know not a huge chunk of people listen to Spotify, but if we were on your Spotify Wrapped, we thank you so much for the support. We hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving holiday and even better December. Go Bills. Fuck the Bengals. And we will see you guys next week when hopefully we bury the Joe Burrow comeback agenda for good, for the sake of the NFL. Take care.